All right. Welcome again, people. Welcome again to MG Sports TV. Really happy to have you guys here. Now, so we're gonna have some very interesting discussion, right? Really interesting discussion tonight. Um, More so, we will be touching on the schoolboy football, but there are two things I want to touch on before I get into that details. Two things, right? Now, there was a statement made by Leon Bailey, and I'm gonna play back that. I'm gonna play back not what Liam Billy said. I just saw it on Sportsmax. I'm gonna play the small clip, maybe about a minute. I want to hear Tariq McGee, um, basically Tariq McGee reaction to it. What he had to say about the statements that were made by Liam Bailey. I do in some aspect understand where it's coming from. I definitely understand where it's coming from. But for sure. Now these are the topics that we'll be covering. Urban and rural under 14 competition. It's in the finals. We're at the finals. We'll be discussing that. Urban and rural under 16 competition as well. We will be discussing that. We will be discussing the big question, which is, do you believe that Jamaica or ISA should scrap or disband schoolboy football because it is affecting our youth development in football? This is one of the statements that was made by, not totally in totality what Leon Billy said, but he said it in that context that schoolboy football makes no sense with regards to the development of football of young players in Jamaica. I understand where it's coming from, but I want to know what are your thoughts. Now, when we reach this question, I will open the phone line because I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts on this question in particular. In particular, do you believe we should disband or stop playing schoolboy football because it is affecting our youth development in football? Do you believe? So as I said, when I touch that question, people, I will be opening the phone lines to get your insight on that question. That's an important question, and we have been discussing schoolboy football for such a long time period, and I know a lot of persons are saying schoolboy football is garbage, schoolboy football is this, schoolboy football is that. There's a lot of bad negative things. Also, side with the good things, more good than negative. But we want to really scratch on the top of things in regards to why many people would not want to see would want schoolboy football to stop. Then now we're going to touch on the Champions Cup. Then we will be touching on the Champions Cup, that is Jamaica College versus Kingston College. Right? So we're here. And we're here to discuss these topics. First, people. I want to say I really appreciate you guys coming here tonight, 100%. I'm appreciating the tremendous support that I've been getting so far. What I'm doing right now, I'm bringing up the what do you call it? The images. I'm trying to get images of the under 14. I'm collecting the image of the under 14 and the under 16 competition. Under 14 and under 16 competition. Oh, it's actually far back. It's actually far back, people. So give me a second. But I'm getting it. So in the meantime, people, I want you to think about that question. I want you to think about that question, people. In the meantime, do you believe that we should disband schoolboy football because it is affecting the development of our young footballers in Jamaica? So keep on thinking about that question, people. I will be dropping the for sure the phone line. So at least I got that sorted. All right, so let's start off now. Let's start off first of all with the under 14. I'm 100% sure that I just upload it. Why going here? What's going on here? What is going on here? Peep, what's going on here? I know I dropped the under 16 as well. So I'm gonna get things up, people, in the meantime. So my apologies on that. So as you guys already know that I do coverage of all the schoolboy football games. So let me start off with the rural under 14 first. I'm going to start off with the rural under 14 first, people. Yeah, I know. So, as you can see, people, so we had the semi-finals that took place yesterday. We had the semi-finals, well, semi-finals, let me say semi-finals. The semi-finals took place yesterday, people. And these were the matchups. We had Cornwall versus Veer, and we had Stets versus Anchovy High. Cornwall versus Veer, and Stets versus Anchovy High. So these were the matchups. Curtis said when the match played, the match. Alright, so for those who are asking about the Champions Cup, let me give you this information first. The match is being played on Saturday, the 10th. Saturday, the 10th, people, of December at National Stadium. Pick up. Big up. Alright, so let me continue. Let me continue. So let me run through this aspect, people. Let me get this out of the way. So for the semi-finals one, we had Cornwall versus Veer. Veer defeated Cornwall 1-0 in the rural under 14 competition. Then we have Stets versus Anchovy. Stets defeated Anchovy 2-1. So for the under 14, for the rural under 14 final, we will have Veer versus Stets. And that game will be played on the 8th of December. That's Thursday. That game will be played on Thursday. More than likely, it will be played down by Stets. I'm hoping not. Can't go so far. But more than likely, the game will be played. It will be played down by Stets. Now let's move to the rural. The rural under 16. So this year, people, is the rural under 16. We had Garvey Masia versus Stets. We had Glenmuir versus Black River. As you know, more than likely, we might see the rural under 16 down by Stets as well. We might see the under 14, under 16 being played down by Stets. We're likely to see that. So the game will be, both games will be played on the same day. So I'm assuming that one will be played like 1:30, the next will be played in the region of 4 p.m. in that region. But Stets defeated Garvey Masia, and Garvey Masia is actually former champions. Garvey Masia is former champions of the Rural Under 16 competition. They won it last year. And FYI, for your information, people, I did the commentary on that. Yeah. My first time doing football commentary. First time doing commentary. Yeah. To an audience at that as well. My first time. So, so let me continue. Let me continue, people. Then now, we had Glenmuir versus Black River. Glenmuir defeated Black River 2-0. And for the finals, we have, for the Rural Under 16 finals, we have Stets versus Glenmuir. It's tremendous to see Stets with two teams in the finals, under 14 and under 16. It means that something is being done right. That's what he said. Something is being done right at Stets for now. So let's see if they can transition the youth teams. We're gonna see if they can transition the youth teams into what into what the Dakasa Cup. Now let me get the Urban Under 16. I need to get it. The Urban Under 16 now, people, that's what I'm putting up right now. As I said, my apologies again. Yeah, like always. So let's have a look at this. So we're going to start off now. The next one we're going to have a look at is the Urban Under 14. Let's have a look at that first. Urban Under 14, people. So that's, town school. For those who don't know. For those who want to know. So that's the town school, people. We're going to have a look at the town school now. Everybody in the comment section, please do not forget. Please do not forget to smash the like button, people. Javon Plus said, which schoolboy I'm here got MLS January? I'm not sure. Sinan said, sets a rebuild them program. That seems to be the case. Big up Fresh God. Big up. Click said big up MG and the gang. So people, let's look at this now. Urban under 14. Let's have a look at this. AKA Pepsi. So for the semi-finals, we had St. Catherine versus Stats. We have JC versus Excelsior. People, we have St. Catherine versus Stats. And we have JC versus Excelsior. Jamaica College defeated Excelsior 1-0. Stats defeated St. Catherine 4-1. So, for the Pepsi final, we have another Stats versus JC finals, people. We have another Stats versus JC finals. Can you imagine? How much time for season are we going to witness Stats and JC playing? We have another Stats versus JC finals on our hand, people. Can you imagine? Sinan said, MG, JC ever saw are you under 16 under 16 semi-finals? For the last 5 years, them lose a semi. Well, that's true, Stats defeat them last year. Stats defeat JC last season, Thean, Stats defeat JC last season and went to beat KC in the final, 2-1. I went to beat KC in the final. So that's definitely that's interesting. That's interesting to see. So another Stats versus JC final, people. Under 4 Pepsi. Let's see. Remember that Stats are the title champions for the under 16 for the Colts. They are the title champions and they lost in the quarterfinals. So that's how football is. So big up another Stats versus JC final, people. Really interesting to see. Let me bring up the next one now. The Colts. Let me bring up the Colts. The Colts. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that now. Colts, where are you? Where are you, Colts? Okay, so this is what the Colts final look like. So today we had the semifinals being played. We had Georges versus Vauxhall and Jamaica College versus Campion. Now, Georges would have a tremendous performance. So for those who don't know, the Georges versus Vauxhall game, that game will be on my channel tomorrow. You'll be able to see it. Stats versus St. Catherine also will be on my channel, so you will be able to see it. So Georges defeated, STGC defeated Vauxhall 4-2. That made STGC advance to the finals. Then we have JC versus Campion. That game ended 0-0. Went to penalties, and Campion defeated JC in penalties 3-2. Interesting stuff, people. Interesting stuff. Really, really interesting stuff. So for the Colts final 2022, we have STGC versus Campion. And it'll be interesting to see if STGC can take something from this one. It'll be really, really interesting to see. Or even Campion. Very, very interesting. So it'll be very interesting to see. Roger Grant, big up, my bro. All stats look, they look technically good. Some of those players, I'm wondering, they're big, you know. The stats players are big, they're physically big. They can play. That stats under 14 team, they can play. But just the same with the JC under 14 team, a really, really good squad. Very, very competent, technically gifted squad. So that game is going to be interesting. Yeah, Roger. Campion beat JC in the Colts. In the Colts semi-finals. So Campion gone to advance to the finals. And JC was one of the predominant teams going forward because they had teams in the semi-finals for both Colts and Pepsi. Sian said from JC win the 7 out of 8 trophy in 2017. Them can't win back a Colts. We will see. So in regards to that, people, so that's the interesting one. So for the Colts, people, that's what happened. We have St. George's College versus Campion. Big up both teams. Big up all the teams who have advanced to the finals of their respective competitions. Big up all the teams who would have advanced the finals of their respective competitions. Now, what we're going to do, so since we get the under 16, the Colts and Pepsi out of the way, we got the rural and urban under 16 out of the way. Congratulations, Glenmuir. Congratulations, Stets. Who's the next team? Veer. And congratulations, Veer, in advancing to the finals of the under 14 and under 16 competition at their respective gates. Now, we're here, people. We're going to touch on the topic now. And as I stated that this conversation, I'm going to open the door. I'm going to take calling for this conversation. And the reason why I'm doing this conversation is because I want to know what are your thoughts on it. I really, really want to know what are your thoughts on this conversation. Now, let me see if I can open the link. So, this was done on the Sports Max Zone, actually. It was done on the Sports Max Zone, people. So let me make it a bit more clear. So it was an interview done with Tyreek McGee, and I want you guys to listen keenly to the comments, and I want you to listen keenly also to what the comments made by Tyreek McGee. And let me know if you are hearing it, people. Let me know if you are hearing it. So let me play it now.
Can you respond briefly to a comment that Leon Bailey made in a recent interview here in Jamaica, that the Manning Cup schoolboy football competition, as far as he's concerned, is a waste of time? He didn't play schoolboy football, as you know, and he had spent a lot of time overseas as a teenager, and he thinks that schoolboy football is zero if you're thinking about developing 15, 16, 17-year-olds. You were a schoolboy star, so you went through the process successfully with Jamaica College. But what would you say to Leon Bailey's comments about the schoolboy program in Jamaica?
Like, to be fair, I just feel like, everyone's journey is not going to be the same, you know? Like, maybe the younger, like, 15, 16-year-olds are not going to, like, get the opportunity that Leon got, you know? Like, I didn't get that personally, you know? I couldn't, like, go to Europe when I was that age or something, so I didn't have anything else to do, you know? Like, I had to play, you know? But, like, of course, if someone has the opportunity to go, I would 100% tell them to go, and, like, if they have to miss Manning Cup for that, I would tell them 100% to go, like, because everything is here in Europe, or I feel like, yeah, in Europe, everything is here for you to, like, be the best version of yourself.
All right, so that is where we're going to start off the discussion. That is where we're definitely going to start off the discussion. Now, what I'm going to do, if you guys are going to look, I'm going to put the number. Let me get the number out. And people, it's WhatsApp call, okay? As you can see, look here, people, the number is here. The number is here. The number is here, people. The number is here. That is the number. 876. Definitely. Please do call the number, people. So we're taking the phone calls now because I want to know, what are your thoughts on that? We have heard what Tyreek McGee said on the situation. We have heard what Leon Bailey's statements are surrounding that particular term. So what I want to know is, what are your thoughts on it, people? What are your thoughts? Please do call in, people. Please do call in. We're always having a lot of discussions surrounding schoolboy football. We're discussing a lot of things, but some of the real issues, I do think that we kind of shy away from it. Now, as I stated, that this is a really, really interesting one. So I'm opening the phone line for you guys to call in. Del said schoolboy football is a Jamaican tradition and had helped so many Jamaican footballers. I agree. Roger Grant says schoolboy football don't help our players with their development because the focus is winning. So Roger, put the number up on the screen. Call in and explain what you're saying. Call in and explain. People, I want you guys to call in. Enough time people are asking, hey MG, now they call in. The floor is open. Call in, people. The floor is wide open. People, please, no spamming in the comment section. That can get the channel banned. And that can also cause community guidelines. So no spamming in the comment section. Please. I'm begging you. No spamming. None whatsoever. YG retired, said I'm not sure now. Nico Williams, big up. Leon Blake. People may drop the number now for calling. Keisha Smith said yes, Whisper is playing and he will win the Champions Cup for KC Fortis forever. Big up Keisha. People, let's get people who want to get through this discussion quick and fast, you know. We know when a time to close off the show, people are running a come to try discussion. People, let's get on point. The question is, this is a question. Do you believe that we should stop or disband, well, that we should ban schoolboy football because it is affecting our youth development in the aspect of football? That is the question. Do you believe we should stop schoolboy football because it don't make no sense, as what Liam Bailey said, it not develop no player? Do you believe? Danny Boy said, Keisha Smith, go see your face when match a start and you don't see him. Yes, people. So that is the question, people. It's in the comment. The numbers in the comment section. The numbers in the comment section, people. Call in, people. Call in. Call in. Call in and tell us what you think. Because I want to get this, I really want to get this one out of the way as fast as possible. So obviously, nobody not calling, no one even business about that. People, these are things that we're supposed to discuss, you know. People, these are things that we're supposed to discuss. Big up Luffy. At said no, yeah, at not just answering, at me drop the number in the comment section, call in and give us a reason if it should ban. Give us a reason if it should or if it should not. We want to know the reason. We want to know what you guys think. What you guys think. Because I can hear and I can explain a situation and I can say, this is the reason why I don't want it to happen. Or I can also say, this is the reason why I want it to happen. And then after that, everybody asks, I said, no, man, I don't agree. Me know this, me know that. But yet still, the floor was wide open for everyone to make a claim and say what they feel or what they think about the situation. The floor is open. You can address it right now. Yes, you can. As I said, the floor is open. You can address it right now. Blessings and good night, Mr. Wittick.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, probably I've got to turn the noise in the background now. What do you think about the topic?
Well, is it the topic of you mentioned really and Bailey's comment?
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you the truth, man. I'm not gonna beat up too much on Leon Bailey, you know, because Leon Bailey's comment is basically of his own experience.
Mm-hmm.
But I would encourage Leon, you know, when he making those sort of comments, to do a little research and look at the wider Jamaica, the context of Jamaican football. Because the reality of it is that how many young Jamaican youth would have got the opportunity that he received?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a youth from down in my country, Johnsall in Clarendon, if that boy or boys wouldn't get the opportunity to play schoolboy football, who would have seen them?
Mm-hmm.
Where would they get the opportunity to apply to a trade? So I do understand the whole development of football and a youth. It's probably far better in Europe or even anywhere overseas, probably in the US, than basically here in Jamaica. But the fact of the matter is, schoolboy football is what we have. And it has developed a lot of players. Many of our players have gone on to represent Jamaica and even clubs overseas.
Bibi?
They actually started their trade in schoolboy football.
Like Bibi?
You know, Bibi, the whole lot of them, my very good friend, Gregory Messam. If you look at especially our Jamaican Reggae Boyz who have made it, how many of those players actually gone to Europe under the age of 20-year-old?
So in the aspect of him saying that it doesn't develop, because someone in the comment section, despite him not come on, he said in the comment section that him said, this is what he said.
Yes.
What the development? Him said that the reason why there's no development in the Jamaican football is because solely because we're only focusing on winning and not the right application of things, like the right application of passing, players getting the right mentality, these things. But we are just heavily focused on winning. Do you think that he'd be right in that context?
Well, to some extent, yes. But my thing, is the aspect that he mentioned is a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I have issue with.
Yeah.
I also believe in the fact that Jamaican football, presently and in the near, close past,
Mm-hmm.
we have looked at development for real. We are building our program. You get what I'm saying? But if we really want that sort of development, JFF have to have this partnership and close relationship with our clubs.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have this sort of selfish thing where everybody looking forward just for winning. And by the way, when you think about winning Premier League, how much money a club gets from winning the Premier League?
2 million.
Compared to what they have spent.
2 million.
So, it's really bad when you look at that.
And
clubs are not doing it.
but look at this now, no? We just saw the Manning Cup champions receiving 500,000. That's a quarter of what the Premier League teams are get for their championship.
And how much money JC spent over the season?
Well, quite a... Me no know them budget still, but via assumption, me can assume. Me no do this, so I think me just as capable of assuming as everybody else. Me can say me no know millions, me no know by assumption. But I spend me know them more than likely spend enough.
I'm not sure if I'll be permitted to make mention of a little school that I work close with in terms of soccer. And that school spent far much more than $500,000 bass.
So imagine the JCFC or the KCFC.
Yes, because that school only can buy one pair of boots for each player. Not to mention, I don't know if they can feed them for 5 days a week.
And these players are in programs, feeding programs, training programs. They have their own dietitian, they have their own physiotherapy, their own psychologist. They have everything.
Many of us we brand JC as JCFC, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is, the way they carry out their business, they are moving towards, what would I say, it seems like they want to look at this thing professionally.
Look at, they operate more professional than some club that I know.
No, by far. A matter of fact, most of these schoolboy football teams, most of these schools, they're much more organized than the big clubs in Jamaica today.
I would agree.
I'm sure they are much more organized. And maybe because of the interest, so to speak. And let me tell you, MG, I am passionate about sports. I'm also passionate about football. And the direction to which we are going now as a country, I think it is really wrong. It is, and maybe wrong is sort of too strong of a word, but I don't think that is the priority to which we are looking. And we are spending too much on the top of the
pyramid.
What would I say? The levels of the football. Yes.
Yeah.
Because we can't just thinking about qualifying for seat in a World Cup and we take it on 2 years into qualifier. No, sir. That means every time we qualify, we have to look some ballers or ready-made baller. We not provide, we not make new. So Leon Bailey has a point. The part that I have, that I have an issue with is the fact that he said it's a waste of time. It can't be, because that's just our reality.
Yeah.
And we have seen players who made it through the ranks. So basically, it's a good discussion. It's really one that, really and truly, when I'm listening, I was in and out at the start of your program, but the fact that I came in and picked up, I said, boy, I may have to get involved because, I always want to participate. I run my own show as well.
So people, for those who don't know, this is Sardi Crest. You can check him out as well on YouTube. So all the Eduna link in the only see. At least I channel on see it on Sardi Crest TV. So Sardi, Me look on things quite in a different perspective. And let me tell you why me disagree with Bailey in regards to it being waste of time. I do believe that we miss the fundamentals or the fundamental aspect of why schoolboy football was created. And I do believe that we are looking past the purpose of schoolboy football. And that's where I have my stance. Most Jamaicans, the average Jamaican, look at schoolboy football as if it's the route to play in Premier League in Jamaica, or the route to even get a call up for even the under 20 teams. But the truth is, it should have not have been that. It shouldn't have been that. No, due to the lack thereof structure to our footballing program, because in every all proper footballing program right across the world, they have a hierarchical structure. So you have a Division 1, the lower tier, come right up to the reach the Premier League level. And for you to be considered even a national team, minimal, you're supposed to be in the top clubs in the Premier League. Minimal. You should be in the top clubs in the Premier League. Minimal. So let's have a look at England. All of England representatives are players playing at the top clubs in England. If you are playing outside of England, you must be playing in one of the top clubs outside of England as well. Let's do the same for Germany. It remains the same. All of these things, these are the same category. Now, what we have in Jamaica is schoolboy football, Premier League.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I know you are the interviewer, but let me just ask a question.
No, man, no
Because
problem, man.
you mentioned-
I'm open for questions.
You mentioned England, Germany, and so on. But what would you say about Brazil?
All right. Brazil has a culture of football. So even a small club as Ituania can produce a gem like Martinelli. So they have a footballing culture where these guys take football as if it's their life. They live it, they breathe it, it's what they live for. As Jamaicans, we don't have that football culture. Look at how we're operating when World Cup, when Brazil is winning a match. But yet still, we don't see the same support for Reggae Boyz. Even people say foolishness at all.
MG, it goes right back to say the reason why now the schoolboy football competition is probably used as a catalyst to drive new program in this country. Because, for example, we lack resources. I mean, we can't compete. When you look at the likes of Japan and Croatia, who we saw the other day, you remember Japan and Croatia along with the Reggae Boyz, you know, entered the 98 World Cup, I guess, for the very first time. I guess Croatia was entering for the first time too.
Yeah.
Right. So 3 first timers in one group. And Jamaica is the only one who have not returned. Because we don't have the facilities here, the financial drive. Corporate Jamaica don't invest. I mean, it was a rush thing. You know, it was a sort of wagon thing in 97, 98 when corporate Jamaica jumped on the thing. And I'm telling you, regardless of how we see it, I'm not sure that a local coach would have done that. Why? Because of how we think, our own philosophy of football. And thank God for Renissimo is then, because, you know, Brazil is our king of football. That's how we look at football in Jamaica, as you just mentioned. But the reality is, you know, for us to get that development structure where the clubs and so on, we have to, I think, the same thing. We don't have a philosophy of football in Jamaica. We don't have a system. When I was really learning football, playing football, I think scrimmage was what helped us out to be who we really were. You get what I'm saying? We used to have the skills because I mostly scrimmage we play at Jamaica. But we never harnessed that. There were nobody to take it to another level. And so we are trying to learn the Brazilian, we are the European way. But yet still, we don't have the system, we don't have the organization to get that structure in place.
Agree.
You know, so let me tell you, man, trust me, this discussion can't take one night. It will take a complete year. Maybe after this World Cup, we continue the discussion
Yeah.
But as I say, the big issue me have Leon Bailey is the fact that him say it's a waste of time, and he was just one of few who would have made it through an academy, to go to Europe. We don't have that. We realize that there is a rise now. There are a lot of academy now in Jamaica trying to get it up, especially grassroots football.
Yeah.
Especially grassroots football. So let us see, if JFF can get on board, work with these academies, and the academies are not so selfish to think that it's their football. We have to look at it and say it's Jamaican football. We run it, but Jamaica football.
But we have to hope that the academies are not so selfish as they say. We have to really hope for that. Because we have already seen that template being stamped already, so we have to also be mindful of that.
This is where Jamaica now, the new general secretary for Jamaica, for JFF, is a businessman, he's an accountant, and every time he spoke, he mentioned his professional, aspect of life. I hope he can carry that around to show people and to use that to say to all of us involved, let us look in one direction and to see how we can work. Because we continue this way now, we're not going to develop. We can't tell you that.
True, me agree with that.
Empty back in the days when you were playing that Costa Cup, you would never want to play Ding till in our practice match.
Why not?
Because nobody know why Ding till no want Charlie Mount team. Charlie Mount no want Ding till see them. Ding till no want Charlie Mount to see them play.
Oh, they want to start the season blank. Nobody know each other play.
If it wasn't for the likes of these cups that are going around, States Cup and so on, some rival team wouldn't play.
True. But don't you think that because they don't play that much football that made them kind of underdeveloped as well?
Of course. I mean, 2 months of football will not take us anywhere, boss. If you look at it, very few schools will reach the second round based on who they enter. And it continues in that cycle. So the teams that move on to second round every year, you almost are looking for them every year.
All right. So, when I asked me to look on CC, I've been following CC the entire summer. Leading up to the schoolboy football programs, that Kingston College team, or the players, them, would have played numerous games together. Really, Chapelton Maroons Tier 2 competition come right down. The amount of games that these guys have played together. So I knew that when they reached the Premier to the Schoolboy Football League, I thought it would have been cakewalk for them. And so said, so done. Yes, they end up falter to a one game. But if you check it out, a one game alone, they lose the whole season.
Big man, and I believe, you see, coaches may say it differently, fans may say it differently, but I think the underfoot condition or the legs of this Clarendon team is wearing down. They have played a lot of football, as you mentioned. They have, ever since the last Takasta Cup season, them not stop playing.
Yeah, them are run for real, them are run.
I'm going to say this, I'm not going to make...
But yet them overplayed? Remember, even if I should say they're overplayed, I have to factor in their trainer because they have one of the best trainers Jamaica have to offer. So, I'm not sure if they must know how to... I do because me talk with them and they know what is periodization. And...
No, big man.
Yeah.
It's not overplayed, I'm not saying that they're overplayed. The fact of the matter, it doesn't matter what condition you're in a boss. At some point, you will be tired.
I agree.
At some point. But I'm just saying that to say, when they started this year competition, they would have started on a high because they're actually just coming out of a qualifying round for the biggest competition in Jamaica, the Premier League. Senior competition. And those are schoolboys. But not to say, I just want to mention this, and I won't say much because I don't have all the details. There's a neighboring school that has players who played in that Chapton Maroon team or squad also.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to say much on that part because...
No, but it goes to show now because, as I said, the reason why I said the more games you play, the better you're likely to be. Because when I look at JC, I look at CC, And look at all these schools are doing well. Most of those players are players with a lot of playing time under their belt. And that is the reason why they are doing so well.
And
Them
so
pre-season them play against Premier League clubs. They now play in a schoolboy football team. A Premier League clubs them play. So by the time they kick off a nice season, playing against a little team, they come like a chalk and cheese for them.
a serious thing, man. Serious thing. I you see that level there? When you them step up to, man, that Clarendon College team, the fact that they have been playing together right through.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? In Kingston, you probably could correct me or to educate me on that. There's a number of youths who play in the Manning Cup for different schools. Play good competition too, you know. Cavalier have a lot of young youth.
Cavaliers, Real Mona,
yes.
Hugh and Den, Marvel Hugh and Den. I know a lot of them because when I was doing I home know them when I was covering the Premier League clubs under 20 competition and also the Major League, the Kasafa Major League and the Champions Cup. That's it. Well, I think it was the Super Cup at the time. And the Major League Super Cup for Kasafa and also the St. Catherine FA Major League. That's where I know a lot of these players. I some know them. So when I see them back in a schoolboy football, I know that them have got cakewalk some of the teams them. Easy.
For real.
Because the competitive level what them not played at the pre-season before the start of the competition.
The major difference with the youths in the Manning Cup team is that those players are coming from different schools in different clubs.
Mm-hmm.
So the experience and the exposure and the longevity of football, they benefited more from those in the Dakar Cup.
Yeah. That's most teams, not all teams, most teams in Dakar Cup. Because when I look on the Glenmuir team, a lot of the Glenmuir players are playing for clubs as well. The Dintil team, a lot of those players are also participating in the Tier 2 commission. Yes, Fresh God, Mr. Sebastian man. So, and then now some of those players are players playing for other Premier League clubs as well. So, that's why you
find out that these teams are seen as
powerhouse. Yeah, that's why. So when you have these teams going on at the National Stadium and or Sabina Park and they're going up against each other, you're wondering if it's really schoolboys are playing. You really have to wonder if really schoolboys are playing. Just not only the quality of them are playing, some of them look physically mature because of the intense training that they have been through and the rigorousness of just life itself with them, with many of them. Because not a lot of them are coming from a preferred money-like background. But for sure, it really epitomizes what is happening in schoolboy football. Now, many of us might not agree that schoolboy football is the way to go, but it shouldn't be the way to go because it was not designed to be the way to go. It was designed as an extracurricular activity for school youth to keep them out of trouble. And what happened over time, so much money started getting invested in it. It becomes so heavily about winning. So you realize that the schools with the most money are the schools that have the biggest program. They are the ones who have reaped the bigger success out of it. Because when the schools win all them little 500,000 like that, that is nothing, That's not nothing compared to where and me I tell you, the Old Boys Association, they are willing to spend that amount of money. They are willing to spend that amount of money because it's their pride and joy. Them now look back for nothing. All they want to know see them school a win. And then can laugh with them friends them and then can brag and boast with them friends them. And me find out that for myself. I personally thought that because I used to ask myself, why they must spend so much money? What the main purpose of spending all that money? What is it for? And it's just all bragging rights. It's boiled down to bragging. Exactly, year by year. So they're basically living their life through these youths.
But when you pull a comparison like that, NG, you realize that if you want to look, hypothetically into what Leon Bailey said, that will also help to give his statement a little, call it now, a little strength because things, you can count the schools that have that bucketed. So the whole youth development, the 90% of the schools not having that assistant to help those youths. And me happy for your program. You carry these youths and these football, these teams. I guess you cover every team in this year's schoolboy football. So it allows us to see many players that, are hear about other players that we have seen. You understand? Because when you look at it too, how many schools were able to get coverage under the TV coverage. So
no, they don't really get that.
You understand? So big up to your program, my boss. And I want to leave so other persons can call.
All right.
Just before I leave, I say that I am happy when I look at Leon Bailey's comment. It's not a reflection of his manager Craig Butler, because Craig Butler has a team in the schoolboy football.
So it's his comments. It's his comments.
Yeah, man. And maximum respect, man. Thanks for having me.
Bless up, Mr. Sadikris. No problem, man.
All right, cool.
All right, Roger Grant. I see you're saying a lot, man. You're saying a lot, Roger. Please, Roger, call in, man. You see the number? This is the number here, man. Call in, man. See, no, my apologies. The number here, Roger. This is the number. Call in, man. Call in. I want to hear what you have to say about it, man. Call in. Do you think that schoolboy football is hindering the development of our of Jamaican footballers, young footballers? Do you believe so? Because as I said, this is what Roger said. We have 17 to 19-year-old playing Manning/Dakar Cup, but in Europe, players just making their professional debut, plus some have under 17 and under 20 World Cup experience. Roger, call in and express. Tell us what you think. Not only type it, man. It don't stop right there, man. Call in, Roger. Run, go get me out of the battery. Yeah, man. I am back. So, Joel, the game is on Saturday, Joel. The game is on Saturday. So, Roger, call in, man. Roger, my apologies. Call in, man. You say a lot, man. But you're just saying a lot, man. You're typing a lot, man. So call in and let us know what you think. We are 100% interested in what you think about the current situation surrounding the players. In a lot of noise right now, not in a good background. Okay. All right. So Roger, understood. Hopefully, when you get the opportunity to call in, you come with the explanation. Cause I would love that. Interpreter, the man them a talk about how he come up Clarendon and big side JC they if you talk about. Where pressure JC say? Man fresh god. Mr. Seta go still no fresh god. A good while now with a blink man. That give me a blinky for a good look while now. Good look while now give me blinky. KYSBF said should be the youth league that plays 11 months out of the year, not schoolboy. Anthony Big Dog said schoolboy football needs to step up. We see results of McGee and Junior Flemings. So Anthony Big Dog, call in and let me know what you mean. What you mean by step up? What does that mean? What does step up signifies? What is the ideology behind schoolboy football in stepping up? What's that? I don't understand. Call in, let me know what you're talking about. What you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know what that means. None at all. People may say these are the topics we're discussing on. So this is not the official preview of the Manning Cup game. It's not the official preview of the Manning Cup game. But we're as soon as we get, if me get one more call in the next couple of minutes or so, definitely me I gotta touch the Manning Cup. Me I just come off of that, and then we're gonna touch onto the Champions Cup, and then we're gonna take them. Our football said best team this season is Mona, JC, and CC. So you disregard stats. Can't agree with that. And you know a funny thing? Fresh God. In the comment section, Fresh God. How many times people ask me who are the top teams in a Jamaica schoolboy football? I'm saying this order. CC, JC, Stats, KC. I may have KC. I mean say Dintil. Fresh God. More put that in the comment section, Fresh God. Tell me how much time me say that. How much time me say it. I won't time me put my camera gone now. I one time me put stats in it. People say, what MG mad can't put stats in that. Now I fix my camera now. Watch it. All right. Football said, oh yes, stats. For me, still no. I have stats in front of Mona. I'm still stuck for my order. CCJC stats. Timothy have KC. CCJC stats, KC, Dintil. I think somebody have it. Dintil kind of really disappointed me still. Expected a lot more from Dintil, but I say go. Why my camera go so low? Why my camera go so low? Why the camera so low? Yeah. You see that people that question I was asked a lot. I mean a lot. Numerous times I get asked a question there. Roger said, interpreter, we're not just asking about EPL, we're talking about overall in Europe. Do you understand that school is the top league in Jamaica and not Premier League? Alright, so that's the thing, the interpreter. We view schoolboy football as a top league in Jamaica, but the truth is, it should not be. It should not be. It is extra. It should be. Oh, no audio? It should be extracurricular activity. It should just be extracurricular activities. So, I don't know how you get the ratings there. Alright, so people. Okay, say up now. Okay. My apologies. O'Shea and Watson said we need an under 20 league or U21. That is where we should look at things. So, in regards to development of young players in Jamaica, SBF should be the building block to an under 20 league or under 21 league. Because I know players in the Premier League right at this present moment who can play schoolboy football. I know players who are playing for Premier League clubs who can play schoolboy football. And can play next year as well. But they choose not to play schoolboy football. Or some of them make a move to other schools and they have to sit out another year or so. I'm saying I know players like that. So it's nothing new. Ocean said we had all these leagues and they mash up. Even elite league. Yeah, man. So schoolboy football people, it should be the building block for under 20 or under national under 20. National under 21 or national under 20 league. That's what it should be, a building block. All Premier League clubs should have an under 21 team. Every single Premier League, it should be ordained. And during that time period, those clubs are playing football. Those under 20 teams are playing football right through the year, just as the National League. The same as the National League. Just the same as the National League people. That's how we should be looking at it. That is exactly how we should be looking at it. But Funding, finances, not so easy. And Ricardo Robinson said local Premier League is just not that enticing as schoolboy football. Now Shane said all football, them are going to take FIFA money for themselves. Need at all. So, if we want football to develop, it's not a reliance on schoolboy football. And there's a reason why people are relying on schoolboy football. When you find out, say, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 players, certain players coming out of schoolboy football. And when you check it out, they are just as good enough to play in the Premier League. Premier League clubs are going to want them. Premier League clubs are going to want them because they must say, all right, this is a player where money no necessarily have to give them no money. And also, they are playing at the level as what we want. And what's going to happen right now is that we see these players as future assets. Because if these players are playing Premier League at their age, 16, 17 years old, and by 2 years of Premier League football, they just burst away like that. Can you imagine the resale value? Can you imagine the resale value? Phenomenal, man. Alain Blair, big up. So people, me I gonna have the call line open until 9:40 my time 9:40. Roger said there are a lot of good players that in playing Cuba football, and after them lost in the system. Now, let me tell you something, Roger. Many times they lose they lost in the system is not only because of the system, but also because of them. You see, mentality. You see, mentality as a big factor in what we're seeing in Jamaica. Now, let me give you an example. In recent time, artists do one song and in boss a fight. Just to give one aspect, that's a scenario of how we operate in Jamaica. An artist do one song in Jamaica and in boss way. That's a one song, right? When him do his song, him feel like he's up on top of the world now. All of a sudden, in a head him reach on everybody else. In a head my baddest artist walk through Jamaica. All them kind of things there. Then now, him start get hype. Now waiting a line. Bad up people everywhere and go. Then kind of something there. When he go a party, him expects to get special treatment because of my artist. What you find out now is that because he's getting so rotten in the industry, people take time move over from him. Just take the time and move over from him. And then just fade and nobody hear about him again. Listen to this I know. Schoolboy footballer, star. The best thing, just saying. Just think about this now. Baddest thing in a schoolboy football. Wickedest thing. Goal per goal, goal per assist. Kill every team. Win the Manning Cup or win the Doncaster Cup. Or win the Champions Cup. Or win the Olivier Shield. MVP. Get everything. Everybody say, boy, are Europe this a man for there? This and that. But on the day, on the last day, or on a particular day, a scout can look for him. One scout can check him. And the scout come really look at how him operate. And this is what scouts do. Scouts don't only look at your performance on the pitch. Scouts are more interested in who you are off the pitch. Me know that. They are vastly more interested in who you are off the pitch. Because who you are off the pitch can dictate how far your career go. It can dictate how far your career go. Let me tell you how. Look at Lionel Messi and Ronaldo. People believe say, I just want them to do on the pitch, make them do what they do. No. And the lifestyle that they live off the pitch allow them to be able to transcend into what they are today. The mannerism. Oh, big up Shane. Massive respect, my bro. The mannerism, them diet, the mentality, or them approach it. Cristiano Ronaldo, don't drink alcohol, no tattoo, straight exercise, straight workout, straight training for years. I say operate. For years, he ain't going 1 and 2 party. But him working on a strict regime. Messi. Even if he go party, strict regime, strict diets, training 24/7. This, that, all the right things. Right time for sleep, get them rest when they need it. All the right things they do to be able to be functional on the pitch and operate at a 100% level. So it is very important. Now, you have some Jamaican ballers. As soon as 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, somebody starts saying, yeah, big baller. As soon as 10% starts saying, yeah, big baller, it done this up. It done. Run your referee, tell referee about him in parts or more things make up him mother. Run your coach, the coach and rate him. Now take the talk from the players, them kind of big baller, and the boy no good like him, so they don't have to talk about him. So when we talk about the transition from schoolboy football of being a top schoolboy football player who look promising, very, very promising, and then lose and just get last night system, so it's not only quality. 90% of the time it's not quality. 9% is the mentality and 10% quality. It's mentality. Let me tell you something, people. Ask many of the players them we are seeing playing at the highest level. What them consistently talk about. State discipline. Because discipline cover a wide range of topics. Discipline cover a very, very wide range of areas. I.e., your eating habits. What you consume. You drink rum at night time before you go play ball. What you do at night time? You catch a rest. Man have match tomorrow, and 2, 3 o'clock man just come from party drunk. Match at 3 o'clock in the evening, but man say probably can rest throughout the day. When him tap and he feel him stink of rum, because him alcohol and system same way, you can't functional. Even if you're a good baller, you can't functional. You can't play at the best. These are the things that we look at. These are the things that what a lot of the scouts look at. These are the things that people discuss. So a player transcending or not transcending from schoolboy football into the professional world is not only because of quality. There are many, many variables. And as I said, if you ask any one of the big players, they speak about discipline. Discipline. It is a big factor in any player moving from one level to the next. Because if they don't have that, I'm telling them, man. I'm telling them. Ricardo said too much run belly baller in local Premier League. So why are you joking? No, I not agree with that. Our local Premier League has significantly improved in regards to the attitude of the players. They're working harder, they're training harder, and I do believe that most of these players would have seen now what opportunities lie out there for them. So I do believe so. So back in the days, you can really find a big belly. Let me run through my head. You can really find a big belly player in the Jamaica Premier League. Really. Really. You'd have to search hard to find that. And for those who don't know, the Premier League clubs are playing at a higher level than schoolboy football. Enough schoolboy footballer. Enough. 70 to 80% of schoolboy footballer can't play in the Premier League. So think about the levels. Some more you think about the levels, people. Some more you think about the levels of our Premier League there. And then our Premier League is nothing compared to the overseas, to the European Premier Leagues, like the La Liga, nothing compared to it. So just think about the levels, how far away we are. Far. I mean with a 4. 4. With the 4 people. Alright. So Richard Stewart said most of them Jamaica's footballers weren't groomed in a professional environment. So they don't know how to be one. Alright. Let me tell you something. Look at it. A club. I call him club to backside. A school like JC. Shane said 90% can't. See that 90? Shane put it at 90. Shane put it at 90. Most of them can't. The level, people, do not underestimate the level of the Premier League, man. High intensity, man. High intensity. If you get a competitive schoolboy football team, play against the Premier League team, you have to do an all Mannings or all Dakasa Cup. They get a real, say that take out the 10, you that take out the direct 10% out of schoolboy football. Who can match up to levels. Who can match up to levels. And that's just how it is. Alright, so people, for the matchup, Ricardo Ram said, bro, me see the levels are local Premier League and it's an eyesore for most part. Ricardo, well, listen, it's what you see, it's your opinion. Can't say nothing about your opinion. In my opinion, it's not an eyesore. I do sit and watch Premier League. Me got the game them. I'm at the game them. Me there the game them. I'm see it. Intensity level, tempo, high. Intensity level, high. Tackles, hard. Physicality, high. No for schoolboys, they couldn't contain them, man. Enough, man. They not broke down, man. So yes, I brought them, man. Shane Billing said the tackles in Premier League are really, really hard. I would be sorry for some of these youths if they get. True. Interpreter said you're right. A club like interpreter. You see, Ricardo said because enough of the players them wild with the tackles. No, listen, man. If them wild tackle Ricardo, I'll be every week a red card I get out. Hard tackles, not wild tackles. Hard tackles, not wild tackles. If you are saying that they're wild tackles, Ricardo, me can guarantee you say a be a red card supposed in the league. Be a red card. Every match you're supposed to see a red card then. No, I don't agree with that. I mean, I agree with that. Man. Ricardo, which part you located? Which part you located, Ricardo? Mono, which part you located? Where are you located? Are you in Jamaica? Shane said hard tackles, not red card tackles. Yeah, bro. Me hear man and man lick up like bad lick up together. Boom! I think I took Leland Chuck. I think I took Leland Chuck clash at Spurtree Hill at 100 miles per hour. I tell her, man. Interpreted JPL is very poor. If in comparison to the international standards, yes, it is. Because that is the level that we want to be. And we have to be looking forward to going to that level. And the only way we can look forward to go to level there, or try to go to level there, is by consistently improving. What if we know? What if we would say like Ricardo? I say, boy, JPL, a bush league and be a wild man at JPL. What if we say so? Nobody would have the interest in it. Nobody would be business about it. Nobody at all. There will be no love for football in Jamaica. None at all. None. Just if we this, all I would have viewed like that. Just if. But we can't view it so. That I reality. We can't view it like that. If we want to see football in Jamaica to get better, we can't view it so. And Baladan said a lot of tackles in Jamaica, even at schoolboy level, can't leave Jamaica to any other leagues. Well on there. At Jamaica alone, how tackle? Me not understand that. Me not understand that, Because week in, week out, we're talking about Sergio Ramos, a wicked tackler, Pepe a wicked tackler, Thiago Silva a wicked tackler, Maldini and Cannavaro, and them man they a wicked tackler. But all of a sudden now, tackling in the football is just way out of scale. And Barcelona said, with the current JPL season running, how many players you think that are playing now is ready to compete on an international level and be competitive? No, it's hard to tell. It's really, really hard to tell. And the reason I'm saying it's hard to tell because we have seen players who are in the JPL right now compete at the international level. We have seen it. In our views, we might not say, boy, it was good enough. We might say that it wasn't good enough, but we have seen them compete. Ricardo Ramsey said when they go CONCACAF, they are way off because teams are better than teams. Teams are better than teams. Why is that so? It's football. It's football. And that is football. Teams are better than teams. because some leagues are more developed than some. So you find out that the more developed the league is, the better the football, the better the quality. Just the same as our league is more developed than some other leagues in the Caribbean, the same CONCACAF. But you won't hear that. Samuel Fletcher said, is Richard King good enough to play in a championship? I am going to take what players in the team said. Players who play overseas. Big name players. CM defenders who we rate that much. Yes. I'm going to say so. Yes. I think he's good enough to play in the championship. For a 20-year-old, Richard King is really, really good. Really, really good. All football said chemistry build team. Here, the more they train and play together, the better they will perform. I agree. I totally agree with that. 100%. We use one team. What they would draw with Qatar. We draw with Qatar one day. And Qatar are playing a World Cup. Qatar are playing a World Cup now. Of course, they get beaten. But they were competitive. Yes, they get beaten, but they were competitive. And we draw with them. With a local team. We never have no Mikel Antonio. We never have no Ravel Morrison. We never have no Andre Blake. We never no Damian Lowe wasn't there. We never have none of these guys. And then draw with them. And the same team went to World Cup. Go perform. Yeah. Me remember Japan, he go and give one fat piece of beating. And Japan must be Japan under 23 team. They all want flag way. But nonetheless, I say go. Anyway, so people, I'm going to use the other few minutes to run through some statistics. I did it earlier, no. I do a normal stream. I run the statistics them for the schoolboy football. The matchup between JC versus KC. So the game is going to be played, people, on Saturday at the National Stadium. They confirmed, it was confirmed today. It was confirmed today. So the game will be played on Saturday. So let's have a look at the statistics. So we can find them. Hopefully, let me find them. Steven said, "Anna HT goal, JC score." That is the thing, you know. Me hears, me not know, because when me do my checks and balance, it turned out to be 78. When me do my checks and balance, a 78 me get. Oh, wait there. Stina, me no know. I'll check it back. Alright, so people with the bright brain, them, I can run through the amount of goal that JC score. So maybe I can't say maybe I may get it wrong. Oh, wait, it's in there. What the heck? Yeah, man, Shane, I had the Champions Cup goal, man. Alright. You me had no Shane. Shane, I know your man no love your calculator. So somebody take out them calculator. Me run through the goals about JC score. Me run through the goal about JC score. Alright, so I start from first round. I go run through the goal about score. I start from first round. So I write it down in the book here. Write it down in the book here, people. First one, somebody asked about it. Group B, then finish the group with 57 goals. 57 goals. That's Group B. First round, 57 goals. Second round, 6 goals. Quarterfinals, 7 goals. Quarterfinals are 7 goals. Semi-finals and finals. So semi-finals, 8 Them defeated Mona. How much them beat Mona? 2-1, right? People, check me if I'm wrong. 2-1 they give Mona, right? Yes, all football. Me not have it again. Me not have it. Well, me never did have it. Me never get none. People, man of God, big up. Much them beat Mona? 2-1, right? Alright, so that's a 2-1. So for the semi-finals, 2-1, and them score 1 in the finals. That's 10, so that's 16. Let me check it now, people. So me check to see if me get it wrong. 57 plus 6 plus 7. 73. So in a Manning Cup alone, they score 73 goals. Now Manning Cup alone, they score 73 goals. Let's go to the Champions Cup now. They gave Mannings 4. So that's 77. And they won. They defeated Stats. They defeated Stats in penalty, but the game ended 1-1. So they score 1 against Stats. So that's 78. 78 me get. One of the bright head then get it for me. 78 me get, man. Me get 78. So 73. I me get Shane. 78 goals me get. So I me use and work out them the goal difference and the conceded error. So me run through this now. So KC scored 74. JC scored 78. KC had 15 wins. JC had 17 wins. And in total, JC played 19 games. KC played 18. One more than KC. And KC lose 2 games. JC lose 0. JC had 2 draw. KC had 1. KC conceded 16 goals in 18 games. Whilst JC conceded only 7. Sinan said group stage good to run because them scored 23 goals in a 2 match. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I think I'm supposed to can get a breakdown. Let me see if I can get a breakdown for let me see if I can get a breakdown for it. Fixtures. Let me look at the JC fixtures. Let me see if this will show JC fixtures independently. No, it not show it, people. It not show it. So that may have. So, but you don't count penalties. What Shane Watson said, 57 first round goals for JC. Yeah, man, me not think that changed. Alright, so in total they conceded, JC conceded an average 0.3 goals per game, and KC 0.9 goals per game. So KC almost has conceded 1 goal per game, and both are scored at the same rate, 4 goals per game, 4.1 goals per game. Both of them are scored. Now the X factor, as I said, is Whisper, 29 goals, 18 assists, and normal. I am saying we need a very good under 23 league to move forward. I agree with that 100%. I do believe that that's on JFF. Football that journey, big up. Question: Which player have ever scored 4 goals at stadium since keeping stats? 4 goals at stadium? Blows and skirt. I don't remember. Shane. I am man with the brains who can't remember them something there. 4 goals at stadium. Me don't remember. I don't remember. Me know Whisper do it, but I don't remember nobody else. It's in a big match like that, can't remember anybody else. Cripsy. Messi holding back the Argentina super team. Really? And them have to turn up big so much time. So I'm holding back and them have to turn up big. Me not support Argentina. But me not agree with that. Shane said, can't remember such a performance from anyone else. I can't at all. Will there be a replication of that performance against JC? Because, you know, Shane, this is Casey last dance, you know. This is their last dance. Last dance. To get to put their hands on a trophy. I don't know if them are going to samba. Or jiggy or weddy. Or signally playing. Or what they call it, cinnamon? Gangster walk or whatever. But me know say, this dance them all keep. This big show them all put on. They have to come out and perform. Because if they don't, it will be a trophyless season for them. Yeah, if they don't, it's going to be a trophyless season for them. I mean, no, they don't want that. Me know something don't want that. So, who will it be? Casey or JC? Casey or JC, people. Who will it be? Anyways, people, I've been here 1.5 hours now. May I close off now, people. Ali and Blair said, whisper, sir. Or am I going to whisper dance? I predict JC to win 2-1, but I want Casey to win 3-0. LOL, I'm banking my hopes and whisper. Can you imagine? One man, you know, everybody I show all them life savings. Now whisper. If anybody to bet pan, I think that's a safe bet. I do believe that whisper is a safe bet. Alien said in an interview it will be his show again. Interesting. Gerlin said KC. Shamar Forrest said Fortis forever. O'Shea was said, after seeing how he did CC, I would want to think JC would be a bit smarter. I think so. I don't think JC could give him that freedom. Whisper versus Blake, one to watch. Alright, so I do think that Whisper can outpower him in regards to the pace, because Blake is not that fast. Blake biggest attribute is his ability to read the game. Man can read the game like a book. Can read the game like a book. Can read the game like a book. But for sure, I look forward to see it. Anyways, people, it's 10 o'clock now. I've been here 1.5 hour. 1.5 hour. Ocean said Shamar first, Blake is a very smart player. Should be a good battle. I think so. I don't think Blake I go try use space for him. Because I know Blake now have space. But I know Blake I go do. Blake I go use in head. I am said JC all the way. Shaw have to go start. People, please do. Balda said, MG, what do you think about CC right back number 4? Jones. Bibi, a bad baller. One of the most unique right back in Jamaica. One of the most unique, me not talk about that schoolboy ball alone no, in Jamaica. It remind me of Cancelo and Ben White. Unique right back. Play a right back like a false right back position. Unique, man. Very, very unique. Interpreter said one man can't be the greatest. Gerlin said JC not going to give him no space, therefore him going to take it. Alright, people, I have to go now, people. I have to go now. Hopefully you guys are doing good. People, before you go, please do smash the like button and enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Have a wonderful night and I'll see you guys tomorrow. MG Sports TV. People, don't forget in the comment section, hashtag Big boys time. We don't done as yet, people. Season not over as yet. Big boys time, people. Big up. Blessings, massive respect. Really appreciate the time you spent to be here with me tonight. See you guys tomorrow, people. Until next time, we're out. Peace out.